Welcome to Keeping Athena Company. My name is Athena Kabenu. I'm a stand-up comedian, writer and a mum. Being a mum is great. I'm having a wonderful time, as you will know if you've listened to previous podcasts, but I do crave adult conversation every now and again. So I invite one of my favourite adults to come round every week and have a chat. And this week I've invited someone who just got new glasses. She's smiling at me in brand new glasses. Verona Rose.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming round. Enjoy your plantain.
I am enjoying it already.
I'm glad you've accepted it because last week my guest said he wasn't hungry and I was like, I'm an Indian mother. You have to take the food I offer you.
Yes.
So he learned, but you've taken the plantain, which is
Oh,
nice.
thank you.
And you said you haven't had it in a while.
I haven't.
Why have you not had plantain in a while?
Because I'm cutting down carbs.
Okay.
And but I was like, it'll be rude for me not to accept it now.
I feel bad now.
No, it's okay. I've not been having carbs, but I've been slacking a bit. But I was just like, you know what? She's offered it. I better eat it.
I feel bad. I should offer a carb-free alternative. I don't know what the alternative would be. Ice cream.
An ice cube. An ice cube.
An ice cube. Yeah. How come you're cutting down carbs? Can I ask?
Just slim down a bit.
Why? You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome to lose weight if you want.
Yeah.
I'll empower you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, just slim down, and also I've got an autoimmune disease, you see, and apparently cutting down carbs helps with this one.
What's your autoimmune disease?
It's called Hashimoto's.
Hashimoto. Do you mind talking about it?
No, I don't.
Because I've never heard of this. Hashimoto sounds like an anime character.
Well, yeah, I think it was. What do you call it? Like, so I think the person that discovered it is Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the implications of having it?
It's poop, basically. I won't say any rude words because we have a baby present.
Oh,
guys.
you should hear another we've had the C word. And it's all
really?
Oh, yeah. You should hear me driving with the child in the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Luckily she can't talk yet, but I am worried her first word's going to be like, motherfucker! You're right.
Imagine?
No swearing in this podcast, because I do swear in all my podcasts and the child is just sat here. So, right.
Oh.
So, poop.
Yeah, it's poop. So, it basically, it's an autoimmune disease is when your immune system thinks it's under attack and it starts attacking a healthy part of your
Donald
body.
Trump's America. They think America's under attack from immigrants.
Yes, it's
but
basically
the body's doing that.
Yes,
Okay.
basically. So yeah, my body is like making decisions like Donald Trump.
And is it making you just poo a lot?
Oh no! Oh no! What I mean as a poop, I mean it's rubbish. Like,
it's
rubbish,
sorry.
Yeah. No, what it does, it makes you gain weight. So I gained 2 stone.
Okay.
It makes you gain weight. It makes my hair just fall out in clumps.
Oh no!
Yeah, it makes you lose your eyebrows. You basically wake up and you feel like you've. So, but I noticed it. I didn't notice it for a very long time, but for me, I would wake up in the morning and I'd feel like I'd been working out all night.
You just feel tired and exhausted.
Well, I just felt like my body, I felt like I'd been like boxing, like my whole body was aching, like I'd been, doing a workout.
Okay.
My face was puffy. It's just really weird symptoms. Your skin doesn't heal very well and your skin looks dry. I would notice it, but someone else wouldn't.
Oh,
so
okay. So
it's called like an invisible illness.
Okay. That's really, so how long have you been diagnosed with it?
I think for about 2 years.
Oh, okay. So that must have been a relief when you finally found out, I've got this.
Yeah.
But you've got to manage it now. And it's chronic, I guess.
I'm on medication. I'm taking medication every day, yeah.
Do you get a free parking ticket?
I wish. I'm going to try to get one. It's so weird because, when I started noticing symptoms years ago because I used to teach drama in English. Yeah. And I used to be great at reading. I used to be great at writing. And I'd be there and I'd be like, I can't think, like because it affects your brain as well.
Oh wow! So
it affects it gives you brain fog, so you forget what you're doing all the time, and it was just so weird. And I was like, I don't understand what's happening, why I can't write anymore.
I used to teach English and drama. Okay, talk about that.
Oh, I don't know where to start.
Where did you teach?
I actually taught at my old school.
You taught in your old school that you grew up in?
Yeah, the school that I went to. It was bizarre. It was a great experience, but then when I got back there, we'd sit in the staff room and stuff. It was just very Bitchy.
Did you become mates with your old teacher?
So my drama teacher, he was just amazing. Like Mark Wheeler, he was like, you know, when you go to school, you go somewhere, you need that one person that believes in you.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I'm sure he made everyone feel like that he believed in them, but he was that one person that I feel like I could have gone down this path if down like a bit of a negative path if I didn't have him. I don't know how it came about, but I ended up working for him, and I had 2 of my own classes, which were year 7 and 8,
right.
And then I would like cover his classes as well, which was great. And then I used to do something else called OYT Juniors, which was Oasis Youth Theatre Juniors, so I used to run that after school as well with them.
Oh wow, okay. And when you were like, I'm going to apply for this job to your old school, were you worried about that? Was it out of like, I need to earn money, this is the only thing available to me?
I wasn't, you know, I did go into teaching for something to fall back on.
Yeah.
So, you know, because with the acting. And
so this was after you went to drama school? So
yeah, I didn't go to drama school, I went to university.
Okay.
I went to a performing arts school before that, but university. I went to Verona University, and then I'd done a GTP, so graduate teachers program, and then I went, and it was kind of, I think we were kind of, he told me the position was open. I mean, this is years ago. This is over like maybe 10 years ago now. Right. But yeah, I think he must have said to me that there's a position open, and I ended up doing it. But then I do remember sitting in the staff room one day and looking at one of the teachers who was a teacher that hated me. And she was talking about some pupils, and I didn't like the way she was talking about them. And then it all came back to me that when I left school, I went to the, when I left school my last day, I took presents in for my favourite teachers. Right. But I also took presents in for the teachers I didn't like.
Okay.
And like, me and my friend, we got like empty chocolate boxes, and we put worms and mild and tomato ketchup and wrapped it up, and we're like, left it at the office. So can you make sure Miss Chivers gets, sorry, Catherine Chivers.
Worms and ketchup as well.
And ketchup, yeah, in a box.
How do you obtain worms?
I don't know.
Of digging them up the ground?
Yeah, maybe they were. Maybe that's just a story I've told over the years, and I'm like, worms, maybe it's mud.
Yeah, that's but you never imagined you'd come face to face. You never imagined we getting on the same payroll. You know, you're her peer.
Yeah, that is what it was.
So what are teacher staff rooms like? They were all
horrible.
Mysterious places to me.
Yeah, it was horrible, and I didn't. Obviously, I don't know what other schools are like, but that school, I didn't like it because the teachers would discuss children, and one of the teachers, this one that I was talking about, actually I better not say the name again, but one of the teachers was sat there saying, oh, I hate this pupil, and now she hangs around with this girl, I'm starting to hate that girl as well. And I just think that's...
It's out of order, and also it affects their learning opportunities because it affects how you interact with teachers. Yeah. So I recently read Akala's book, which is a brilliant book, but he talks a lot about how teachers basically would discriminate against him, and he was put in a special needs class because no one could believe somebody who had black heritage. Are you actually being serious? No one could believe someone with black heritage could be as articulate as him, and he was asking too many questions. So, and also because he was so intelligent and he was obviously head of the class, that causes you maybe to be a little more disruptive. But rather than recognise that intelligent, they were like, you need additional needs. At one point, a teacher. I can't remember the exact story. You'd have to go back to the book if you haven't read it. Yeah, but basically, a teacher basically endorses the Ku Klux Klan publicly in one of his classes. It became like a huge drama for the school. So, as a pupil and as a teacher, did you find it was an issue like race? Massively. Did Akala go to a school that was? It was diverse. I mean, he went to school in North London, so it was Greenwich Town, Camden Town area, which is a fairly diverse part of North London, but it's still. You know, the teachers are white, you know, so white supremacy comes with that, because unless they make an effort to really embrace diversity and to leave their prejudices at the door, it's not going to happen. So what kind of stuff did you see at school?
It's very sad. And when I was in school, I got taken into the office actually. So I had this teacher. When I was a pupil. Yeah. And, I had that teacher that was nice, Mark Wheeler, who really helped me a lot, and I was part of youth theatre. I felt like I was in a bit of a community. Yeah. When I was at school, I felt like I experienced racism from teachers, prejudice from teachers on a daily basis. Wow. And this one teacher that I mentioned before, she was my language teacher, and she kicked me out of the classroom. There was a boy that was getting told off. As a child, I thought I don't want this teacher to think that I'm laughing, covered my mouth because now I can see. that she was like, right, get out, go to the head teacher's office. And I refused to go. Like, normally I'll just go. I wasn't not A-star in every subject, but I was like an A-star student in a lot of subjects.
Yeah.
She told me to get out, and I was like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, what have I done? I've not done anything this time. So anyway, I made a big thing, said that she was racist. At lunchtime, another language teacher came to me, and he said to me, can I speak to you in the library for a minute? And there was no one else in the library, just me and him. And he said, do you think I'm racist? And I was like, I don't know. Do you think Miss Chivers is racist? And I said, yes. And he was like, well, I'm going to tell you something. I am racist. No doubt everyone in this school is racist. Whether they use it against you or not is their prerogative. But that's basically what he said to me. And I'm like,
this is a teacher.
This is a teacher, and I'm in like in year 9, a white teacher. Yeah. I mean, I was the only black girl in my school.
Oh my God.
I was the only black girl in my school. Yeah. So, and that's what he said to me. And
I can just like, this would have been in the 90s, wouldn't it? Or early 2000s.
When did I leave school? It would have been in the 90s, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I left
this
school
is not
2000.
like a long time ago. This is like a recent occurrence. So how do you respond? How did you tell your parents?
I told my parents. My mum, so my mum does like research and stuff at the university. So my mum's like, my mum knows how to write a letter. She knows how to speak.
Yeah.
And I told my mum, I think my mum must have contacted the school. I can't remember. But I remember my cousins that live up here. In London, yeah. My cousin said to my mum that I would have been lying. My cousin and my mum are quite close in age.
Yeah.
She was like, a teacher's not going to say that to you. But so it was...
But why would you lie?
Why would I lie?
Yeah,
exactly.
And unfortunately, a racist white person would say that, and there's nothing that stops racist white people from being teachers.
Yeah.
So there was no resolution.
There was no resolution, and I mean, I feel bad for my brother.
Yeah.
So I've got a brother that's 2 years younger than me. My elder brother was okay, but my younger brother, his reading and writing and that wasn't that great.
Yeah.
So he was a bit disruptive, but I feel like he got failed by the school because he was big for his age. He was a big boy,
Yeah.
So
was that
tall, and his daughter's the same. Like, he would have looked like 16 when he was maybe 10, 11.
Which is like really dangerous for like young black men.
It's very dangerous. Yeah. And he just experienced, he actually got attacked once, because I'm from Southampton. He got racially attacked and he got set on fire. And my PE teacher said, if anyone deserves it, he does.
I can't believe this school needs to be shut down. Do you want to publicly say what school?
The school's no longer there.
Oh,
so it used to be called Oakland's. Okay. So it was called Oakland's School. It's really funny because I put a massive post up. Sometimes you have I felt a certain way, and I put this massive post up. This is years ago.
It's on Facebook?
On Facebook,
yeah.
I put this massive post up saying, because actually my mum and my sister went to the shop, and these guys spat on her. And I was just like, I was so angry, spat on them because they're black, right? So I was really angry, and I was just like, I don't understand why my family want to still be in that area. And I wrote all this stuff about what I experienced at school. And the teacher, Mark Wheeler, he did say, I had no idea you experienced that. And he feels bad. But then I had a couple of people saying it couldn't have been that bad, which is,
people,
can't remember what I'm getting now.
And it kind of, a lot of people, especially people who are based in London, don't really understand how white this country is.
Oh, of course.
This is like, even though white people are the global minority in the UK, all people who are non-white make up about 9% of the population.
Yeah.
And so within that 9%, we're all different races.
Yeah.
There's only about 1.5 million black people in the UK.
Well, there you go.
So it always frustrates me when we we lament like, oh, why wasn't this business successful? Why isn't there this much support? It's like, there's not enough of us.
Yeah, of course.
There's not nearly enough of us. So yeah, I totally believe that could happen to Southampton.
Yeah, it did.
So would you say Southampton is not diverse at all?
It's diverse now.
It is, yeah.
But it depends where you live. So where I grew up, if you were more like in the town centre, you'd see a few more,
non-white people.
Yeah, non-white people. But where I grew up, it was like NF. Do you know NF?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't know NF. It's the National Front. It was National Front Central, basically. So where I grew up.
Would you live there again? Would you go back?
Now?
Yeah.
It's really weird because it's changed. It has changed. I don't think I would live there because of other reasons. I just feel like there's,
Come on.
I think, I wouldn't live there because of other reasons.
How do you feel like those experiences shaped you as a creative?
I think it's really weird because at first I was just like I see the young children up here and they're all, you know, going to school and there's loads of black kids and they've all got friends and I remember looking being like, I wish I had that because I didn't have any black friends, you know. Yeah. I got my first black friends when I moved here because I went to Brit school. Yeah. So when I was 16, it's the first time I had black friends. Yeah. Which must sound mental, but it's shaped me because I've had a different experience to a lot of my black friends up here. So I wrote a short film. I need to redo actually, but I wrote a short film.
What's your short film called?
It's called Fabric of the Royals.
Okay.
I got nominated for a Screen Nation award for it actually, which was nice.
Okay.
But it was slightly based on growing up in Southampton. But so my experiences in Southampton of I would river jump, I would camp, I would climb trees, we were making dens.
You're right. It wasn't so like city and urban.
Yeah.
And like cement. So I'll tell you a funny story. The first time I actually went to visit a proper field, I was about 25.
Really?
I didn't because I'm from North London, so we have like parks. So if I wanted to go to a park, I'd go to like my local park, or I don't live too far from Hampstead Heath, so I'd go there. And then me and some friends, I think I was a bit older than 25, but me and some friends at some point were like, let's go to Scotland on a walking holiday. My two friends are white English and they're familiar with the countryside and all that stuff. Yeah. And I thought this would sound cool. And we were in this field, I think it was on the Isle of Skye or Barn or somewhere on the west coast of Scotland. And I was like, there's just goat poo everywhere. Yeah. Like, why is this? And I was like, guys, we can't walk here. There's poo everywhere. We're going to get our trainers dirty. And they were looking at me like, you're an idiot. Like,
so funny.
Who's going to pick it up? And I was like, well, we can't be here. There's poo everywhere. I'd never seen that before in my life.
But did you like it?
Eventually I did, but I was so ill-equipped. I was there in my Air Max stabs. And I had a little plasticky night jacket. I was not equipped for the outdoors.
Yeah.
So
but
anyway,
it's understandable.
25 years old, first time in the field. So you had all those experiences.
I had all of that, horse riding.
Yeah.
Walking through like lakes, just to little
the great outdoors.
It was amazing, and I can write about those experiences. I can write about experiencing racism. I can also write about it's really weird. Like this might don't judge me, but my whole family's black, right? Yeah. So and my whole family were in Southampton at one point.
Yeah.
So on both sides, apart from a few that. As in my whole immediate family, so my siblings, my parents, and then my cousins.
Yeah.
My aunties and uncles. But when I first came to London, when I was like 14 years old, this is why when people say to me, they say certain things to me, sometimes I don't know how I feel about it. I sat on a bus, this sounds mental. I sat on a bus in Peckham upstairs. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I felt intimidated. Right. Because I watched the news, and even though I'm a black female and I know my whole family's black, the news told me that black people are bad. Do you know what I mean? So and I was scared on the bus in Peckham.
I think that's a really common experience and that's something that teaches us that race and racial kind of stereotypes are kind of learned.
Yes.
We're not born this way. No. And we're not going to, you're going to experience the same messages that a white person's going to experience, but you're not going to necessarily experience things to tell those messages are false because you're not growing up in London.
Yeah.
So how quickly do you think you've shed that? And
quick and maybe not in the right way. When I was 16, it was great. It was the best thing ever. Before that, I was really insecure. I felt really unattractive. I was like, I look like a man. I'm ugly, And then I came here, and not that you need validation, but 16 years old, you're young, and I started getting, being told you're beautiful, you're pretty from people that look like me up here. It was great, and I loved it. And then this thing clicked in my head, and I was like, what was I doing? I was at school and I was like this black goat. Because I was, even though I was called a boffin, but I also was like the class clown. Like when I did, as in like people would say weird things.
Yeah, and you stood out.
Yeah, and I stood out, and I didn't notice it as much. I think I knew it, but I was at school and I was like a clown, and people had loads, because someone actually said to me, oh, do you remember in school we used to call you Black Lightning? And I was like,
and you're like,
what?
Wow.
I never knew that. So all of this just came to me. Then this sounds really bad, but I was like, don't want any white friends. And I literally locked everyone off apart from one person.
So I don't think what you do in that is actually, having gone through what you went through, that extreme. Because what happened was you had your eyes opened into your life experience. You realised how traumatic it was.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you needed to heal from that.
Yeah.
And you need to be like, right, okay, now I need to be around African descended people who look like me, who put the same stuff in their hair, who eat the same food as me, who don't make me feel like I stand out.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of energy to stand out.
Yeah.
As to what you can really feel at peace. And then after a while, that's when you can start to make peace with your story, because ultimately it's not white people, it's actually those individual and particular white people in that school you went to that were the issue.
Yeah, exactly.
At what point did you say, I can hang out with white people now?
I started getting more comfortable again when I went to university.
Yeah.
Then I went back to Southampton for just to visit, and then I got attacked by 20 men.
Oh my God.
Me and my friend is like, I don't like the term, but is mixed race, okay?
Yeah, well, it is a term, I'm mixed race.
Yeah,
so.
but I don't like that. I just feel like, because I just don't know. I don't like the notion of race. The notion of race doesn't make sense to me. So we both got attacked, but she's got no black family. But we both got attacked by these men and beaten up, and like, it was really just traumatic. And then again, I was like, that's it. I had to go back to London because I just went back to visit.
That is traumatic.
Got beaten up by 20 men.
And for what reason?
We were just walking past the bus stop, and they just started singing all these racist songs and throwing bricks at us and spitting. Someone just spat in my face. I got punched in the face, got hit.
How old were you when this happened?
I was in my last year of uni, so it was really, really difficult. I was, so how old was I? My last...
21, 22 last year of uni.
Yeah, 22, I think.
Okay, so you suffer a horrific attack in Southampton.
Yes.
Last year of uni.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why you started talking to white people again. That would have
so
finished me
yeah,
off.
no, for that point, I was like, you don't want, it's not every person, do you know what I mean? But it was 20 men, and it was the fear, and I was and I had a lot of anger, and hatred, and and to top it off, no one got convicted. You asked me when I started feeling more comfortable. It wasn't that I, had hatred or anything for anyone. I did feel angry, but I think for a long time I just assumed, I made the assumption that all white people were racist and it wouldn't like me. So it was when I moved back up here to focus on my acting. I was like, if I want to progress, I need to start feeling comfortable around people.
Right, okay.
So
it was more like it wasn't a realistic or practical way for you to approach the world.
No, of course not.
Well, no, but some people do. Some people just say these are what these people are like, and I'm going to treat them like this. And they have that hatred forever.
Yeah, and I don't think I was treating anyone in a certain way, but I was making assumptions about what they would think I was like as a person, if that makes sense. So, so I would just be like, oh, I won't go, so I would work on something. So I was like, I was working on a little TV job for a bit, and when everyone would be going home, I'll be like, I'm just going to run to the shop because I think, they wouldn't want to sit on the train with me. But that's because of how I grew up. Because where I'm from, you'd see someone and 1 minute they'd be like, hey, and if there was someone else, they wouldn't talk to you.
Right. So I don't want people to know I know the black girl at school.
Basically, yeah. So I let that feed into me so much, and I just made all these assumptions about, thinking, this person will think I'm like this because I'm black, or this person would not want to be seen with me, so I'm going to go in the shop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's incredible.
So I had to...
So you've had to unlearn a lot of that. You've had to learn to love yourself, and also dismiss the views of people who... anyone who acts like that doesn't deserve your energy to work around it anyway, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so you're in London, you're around, it's multicultural, there's white people, there's black people, there's Indian people, there's Chinese people, okay? I don't know what else to say really, that's just
it's great,
but this is where
you
find your fortune, because you're an actress now.
Yes,
and a writer.
Love it. Yeah.
What kind of acting do you do?
Shakespeare, well actually at the moment I'm focusing on comedy.
Yeah.
So I'm I like
Were you in a double act? Can we talk about your double act?
Yes, of course.
Okay, that's about your double act that you're in.
I have a comedy partner, Donna Preston, who is awesome. She's great, really, really funny. We wrote something for BBC Three, and we have 3 episodes coming out next month.
Oh wow! Okay,
which is
that's
great.
Exciting.
Yeah, really, really exciting.
What's it called? Can you plug it?
Yeah, it's called Fully Blown.
Fully Blown, BBC Three.
Yeah.
July 2019.
Yeah, July 2019. We don't have the exact date yet, but yeah, July 2019. It was meant to be May 2019, but it got moved back.
Don't worry, it got slipped. That's fine. Push it. Because you know what? There's Wimbledon, there's the World Cup.
Yeah.
You don't want to compete with that stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. Can you tell us what the show's about?
It's about these two female rappers from Southampton.
Of course, it's Donna from Southampton.
She's from York.
She's from York.
But she does a great accent. So,
have you got a Southampton accent?
It's really, do you know what's really weird? I used to.
Right.
I think sometimes I have. I don't know.
Because I don't know what a Southampton accent is.
It's more so where I'm from in Southampton. Like my bit of Southampton is more like that. So
it's a bit like this country, like Combine Harvester.
Yeah, a little bit like that. So it's like, oh yeah, you know this matey. Yeah, I went down shopping that year, and I saw this matey down shopping that year, and he tried to say something to me, innit?
Oh, right,
so like that's the area I'm from, innit? It's a bit rough, innit? It's like that.
I don't want to be judgmental, so I'm not going to make any comments on the sound.
No, that's
I'm just going to say, what a lovely voice.
Thank you.
Okay, so you and Donna Preston, you're playing two rappers.
Yes.
In Fully Blown.
Yes.
It sounds exciting. How did you find the process of writing, pitching, getting it commissioned?
As in, how did I find it?
Yeah, just I guess like the behind the scenes process. Because not a lot of people know how to get work commissioned to be made by TV companies.
So it's really, really, well, it was quite interesting. So what happened, I'll tell you, I'll go back a little bit. So Donna and I, about 2 years ago, auditioned for this show called Dick in Ibiza.
Okay. Did it get made?
It got made.
Yeah, I remember that show.
Yes, yeah. And we auditioned for, it's only just come out. We auditioned for the same role. It was called something else before.
Yeah.
And then we both got the role.
Yeah.
So they ended up making us a double act. We both got so rather than, they changed the script and put both of us in it.
Okay.
And actually after doing that, we were like, oh yeah, let's just be these rap girls and let's make up an Instagram account and make everyone think that they're real characters, we're real people.
Okay.
So we done that for a bit, and then Donna had a bit of a link in Lab Bible.
Right.
We were like, oh, are you working on anything? She's like, I'm working with Verona on this these rapper things. So we ended up getting this Lab Bible commercial.
Right, okay.
For Think. And we were it was like about these two girls trying to get
What's
their CD. Think road safety.
Oh, Think, okay, yeah.
Think road safety,
okay.
yeah. So we got that. And it got 3.5 million views in 48 hours.
Okay.
So we used that and we just started messaging, just literally bombarding everyone. Putting in the subject, 3.5 million views, blah, blah, blah. Just bombarded everyone. We got this idea, we got this idea. And we had, made a little treatment already for this thing that we had. And we went and saw a commissioner at the BBC.
Yeah.
Do I say names?
If you want to, yeah.
We saw Sarah Santi at the BBC. She was absolutely lovely. We had a meeting with her and she was like, oh, I just saw this music video you guys made, which was called Bar Bar Black Key. She was very silly. Everything we did was very slapstick, very over the top, silly. And she was like, I just watched it, blah, blah, come in and chat to me. And she told us, she gave us lots of information on the kind of things BBC are looking for and whatever. And we kind of left and we were like, oh, she's giving us so much information, but we don't want to wait. We don't want to wait for anyone, so we're going to make our own thing.
Yeah.
So we went away and we wrote everything. We filmed 6 episodes.
Right, okay.
Of this thing called...
Off your own back, your own money.
Our own money, own equipment. Yeah, so yeah, own equipment, own money. Friends putting in favours, just filmed 6 episodes. And then we went to Southampton to film as well, stayed in Southampton for 3 days. And then, literally, bizarrely, on the final day, when we got back to Southampton, Sarah Santi, I think she sent us an email, was like, look, can I have a call with you guys? And she was like, look, my boss, I think it's her boss, Shane, wants to know what you guys are up to. And we were like, oh, we've just come back from Southampton, we've made this and done this and that. And she was like, oh my gosh, I love that you've gone off and done your own thing. So I edited together because I do all the editing and I write our music as well.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So we went and I made a little trailer and sent it to her and she was like, absolutely love it. Blah, blah. And I can't remember the process. She did say to us, you should really be attached, you need to be attached to a production company. So we then started shopping production companies to go to. At the time we were like, oh, should we make our own one? A bit difficult. Then we joined up with Studio 71,
right?
Who I think you know them as well.
Yeah.
We joined up with Studio 71 and then made the 3 episodes.
Wow. So I guess we can't see those 6 episodes that you made yourself.
No.
But maybe we can see them in the future.
Yeah, in the future, most
and let's talk a bit about the fact you made the music and you edited the video because you've got several hats. one of which is as a videographer and photographer.
Yeah.
You make guys I don't like look very sexy. You know how dangerous that is. You do. You take pictures of these men, and I'm like, they would get it based on this picture.
That's so funny.
You've got a lovely lens.
Thank you.
So how long have you been a photographer for?
Oh, people always ask me this.
Because you're so good.
It's so. I bought a camera ages. You know, it's that thing where you're like, okay, what can I do to make some money? You know, this industry.
Yeah.
I just want to do something creative, so I didn't want to go and work in an office job. I used to do run acting classes and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I started headshots more often a year ago. But
right.
I mean, when I look back at the ones I was doing, like say 2 years ago, they weren't great at all. So
yeah, but it's practice.
It's all practice. It's all practice. Same lens, same everything, but just practice.
I'm going to put a link out in this, in the podcast blurb because you've got to see these pictures of people.
Oh, thank you.
You could take a picture of Nigel Farage and he'd look mildly attractive. But you also do something else where women are underrepresented as a musician too. So
music.
I know, right? So because a little while ago I used to be a rapper, which I didn't know this.
Oh god.
You look a bit embarrassed by this. But was this something you started after the Brit School?
No, but I was doing it at Brit School.
Oh, okay, at Brit School.
Yeah,
okay.
Brit School was really weird. I was doing it at Brit School and I ended up on some BBC One show called Urban Flavour.
Okay.
Yeah, where I was MCing and they came to my parents' house and everything. I didn't win, but I got through to the finals.
Oh, so it was like Pop Idol, but for teenagers.
Yeah, for younger, yeah. It was really cool.
Young urban youth.
Yes,
okay.
basically.
But that's a good breakthrough thing.
Yeah.
And did you continue music?
I did for a bit, and I started making music with some really, really cool people. And then I got scouted by Sony.
Yeah.
So by the time I was, I think, 19, I got scouted by Sony, Ministry of Sound. It was really weird.
As a performer and writer?
Yeah, as a performer. And I had a meeting with a guy at the time. His name was, I remember his name to this day. Years ago. His name was George Robert Boscombe. Yeah. So I went there with my elder brother, because my oldest brother is MC as well. And I went there with him. But I think I just didn't take any of it seriously. And I was at uni. And I was like, I need to focus on my university work.
Yeah.
And also, I want to focus on uni. And then also, I used to talk a lot of rubbish. And I got to a point where I was like, I'm too old for this. But now I look back, I'm like, I wasn't too old. Yeah. I could have still been doing it. So,
but you outgrew it mentally, maybe.
Yeah. But now I'm doing it as a character.
So you've invested all this time into learning how to rap and how to produce music. And now you're putting it into a comedy show.
Yeah.
Which is really impressive. So is there anything else that you do? Because I've listened to, so you act, you write, you photograph, you take pictures, you do video. Well,
they call me a jack of all trades, a master at nothing.
I've got a light bulb thingy that needs fixing. You can do electrics.
Do you know what? I can do all of that stuff. I'm the one that does it at home, but I do it it doesn't look very good.
All the DIY.
Yeah, I do all the DIY.
Do you have any creative ambitious things you'd like to learn how to do that you can't do already? I'd like to do that.
I'd like to just get really, I mean, I can edit, but I want to get really, really good at editing, you know? Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever go back into teaching?
Do you know, if I did, it would be a very sad day.
Really?
It'd be a very sad day.
Young people could learn so much from you now.
Yeah. Maybe, that was one of the things that I did like about teaching. It was, seeing children grow and being able to have an impact, a positive impact on a child, or a teen. That, for me, the best thing about teaching.
And that's the same impact that the positive teachers had on you.
On me. And I think every child needs that one. Even if it's one teacher, they need to be told either that they're good or given positive encouragement. You know?
You just reminded me of a story. So I've got a few stories about being treated in an interesting way at school. Because I went to a school in North London, so it's it was kind of mixed. It was mostly white, and there was a lot of Greek people, a few Indians, and I think there was only one other black person in my class. But anyway, I was quite good at school. I was similar to you, A stars, with the occasional blips. And I was good at English literature. And there's one time when I got summoned into his office, and these two teachers were sitting there, and they were like, "So, Athena, we just want to ask you, we're really impressed with your work. We were wondering, do you often read things like journals and academic publications and things like that?" And now, I was like 15. The answer is no. I don't read that kind of shit. But I thought I'd just look really cool. So I was in front of my teachers. So I said, yeah, I do sometimes. And then they were like, right, that's interesting because we've looked at some of your work and it looks like what you're actually doing is sort of copying from them. And I was like, oh shit.
My goodness.
And I wanted to say, oh, I lied. I don't read that shit. But then I kind of had to be like, oh, okay. And they were like, you need to make sure that when you read these kind of things that you don't let it influence your work. And we're not gonna take anything further now. But we just find that your language and the way you're writing isn't really like it's not you, and you're clearly borrowing. And I was fuming. I was fuming, but I was more angry with myself because what I should have said was, no, I don't read this stuff. It was me because I was a particularly well-read person then. I still am now, and it's just how I spoke. It's how I wrote.
No.
But I had loads of other stuff. I can't say I had the worst time of it, but yeah, it's funny being at school whilst black is not easy. Yeah.
It's not.
I remember that conversation to this day. I wish if I could turn back time to any moment in my life, it would be that point. Just so they can know that I am that smart. I am this smart. Like this is all me. Yeah.
And that's terrible, isn't it? That a teacher would question. It's different if they had this journal there and they were like, look, this is exactly the same, Athena.
That's exactly it. They weren't even saying you've plagiarised it. What they were saying is you're using words you can't understand. What are your plans for the rest of the day? It's a beautiful
rest of the day, I'm going to go meet the hubby.
Oh yeah, the hubby.
Yeah.
Is he the hubby in proper hubby? Or just like...
Oh, I mean, we've been together for 12 years.
Oh, but you've been living in sin for 12 years.
For 12 years living in sin, babes, yeah. And I'm guilty. I'm guilty, yeah. Well, we've been living together for about 10 years.
Oh, wow. See, this is rare.
Yeah.
Because you would have met up really young.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, we met up, it's 23?
Gosh,
23, yeah.
The men I've gone through since I should cut that out. Is he from Southampton too?
He's actually from London originally, but we met in Southampton because he was best friends with my little brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. How did your little brother feel when like...
At first he seemed normal. Yeah. It was okay-ish because it was that thing of... Everyone kind of knew I kind of liked him and everyone knew that he kind of likes me, and my brother would be like, oh, I'll get him to pick you up, It's
quite emotional when because you might say things to your partner about your brother and vice versa. Are they still best friends?
They're really good friends. I mean, we live up here. My family live down south, so Southampton. But I can't remember. Oh my god, brain fog. See what I'm saying? Symptoms. I forgot what you just said.
Baby brain. Baby brain's a real thing.
Really?
It's a real. I forget so much. I definitely have less vocabulary now.
Really?
I can't speak. I really struggle with writing. I've always struggled with names and faces.
Yeah.
I'm useless now.
Will it come back though?
Yes, I hope so. I think a lot of it is because you're thinking of them constantly, so they're always on your mind. So it's almost like they just take up so much of your brain, you don't have the brain space to be intelligent anymore. But yeah, forgetfulness is the biggest one. I'm very forgetful now.
Oh.
But it's cool. So yes, you met your partner for your brother.
My brother.
So your brother was like family Tinder.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming around. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for your Southampton voice has soothed my child to sleep.
Oh,
she's fast asleep on me now.
So precious.
I need a tape of you, I think. That will help. Alright, thank you for coming back.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So that's what happened when Verona Rose came to keep my company and hang out with me and baby. What a fantastic human she is. So philosophical and resilient. Imagine experiencing all that racism in a school and then going back to teach in the school to give back. What an incredible person. If you're interested in her photography, filmmaking, writing or acting, hit up her website. I'm sure she'd love to hear from you. I'm on social media if you'd like to keep up with me. Athena on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. If you like the podcast, rate it, review it, share it, tweet it, do whatever you normally do with podcasts you really like, and I'll see you next time.